This story is about Eddy the emu. Once upon a time, in a small corner of the Australian outback, there lived an emu named Eddy. Eddy was a curious and determined bird who had always wanted to fly through the sky, just like the eagles and all the other birds that glided above him. However, there was one slight problem. Emus can't fly. Eddy spent his days gazing at the birds that swooped and soared above him. It looked like so much fun. He was determined to make his dream of flying come true, and so he embarked on a knowledge-seeking adventure. Eddy set out asking other animals what they thought he could do to fly. Eddy asked the wise old owl, who thought about the question for a while before shaking his head and stating, "Birds that can fly are built that way, young emu. You will never be able to fly." Eddy refused to accept this answer. So he approached a kangaroo hopping past and thought that he could offer a solution which could help him fly. The kangaroo thought hard about Eddy's dilemma, but eventually concluded, "You may be the fastest bird on the ground, emu, but you're not made to fly." Unfazed, Eddy continued on his journey to find out more. He spoke to the wise old short-necked turtle, who had seen many wonders in his long life. The turtle pondered for a moment before speaking softly. "While you may not have wings, Eddy, perhaps there is another way for you to experience the skies. You should seek the magical winds of change that exists on top of Great Change Mountain," the wise turtle suggested. Eddy's eyes sparkled with hope. He thanked the turtle and set off on a difficult journey towards Great Change Mountain. The path was very rocky and the weather was cold, but Eddy continued on regardless. Finally, after days of travel, he reached the foot of the Great Change Mountain. He began climbing, and with each step the air grew colder and the wind grew stronger. Eddy could feel the power of the winds of change tugging at his feathers. As he ascended higher, the wind became stronger, nearly knocking him off his feet. But he persisted, inching closer to the top. Finally, he reached the peak of the mountain. The view from the top was beautiful. Eddy could see miles and miles of the outback. He heard the winds of change roar around him and whispering that anything is possible. And so, without hesitation, Eddy spread his wings and leaped into the air, his heart filled with both fear and excitement. For a brief moment, it seemed as if the winds of change could carry Eddy into the sky so that he could fly. But gravity pulled him back to the ground. Eddy tumbled and tumbled until he finally landed safe, but saddened. Eddy dusted himself off and rose to his feet. And as he did, he noticed something amazing. Though he couldn't fly like the other birds, the experience of trying and failing had changed his way of thinking. Eddy had gained a feeling of thankfulness for the things that he could do and the beauty of the ground beneath his feet. After some time, Eddy walked down the mountain and began the long journey back home. He now happily accepted that he would never be able to fly like the other birds, and that this was okay because there were so many other things that he could do, like be the fastest bird on the ground. The end. Thank you for listening, and if you've enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and turn on your notifications so that you can stay up to date with our latest stories.